Morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do with you Tunisian stitching. I wanted to show you a couple of the hooks this morning before we get started. Okay, Tunisian or Afghan crochet hooks are usually lots longer in length than an average crochet hook. Some of them are double ended, as you see on these two. These two do not have a size, but if you do measure these, I'm positive this is going to be about a 5 millimeter crochet hook or Afghan hook, and this one will run about a 4. Now you do have some that are single-ended. Then on the other side it will have a stopper that will have your size, and this is a 6 millimeter. Now the point of the stopper is once you start working in several hoops, you're going to acquire lots of hoops along this crochet hook, and the more that you get, and sometimes you have 100, 150 depending on your project, you don't want them sliding off the side of your hook, so that's the point of these. Now they do make stoppers that are sold separately that you can add to some of your Afghan or your Tunisian hooks to make that easier. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 5.5 millimeter. What you need to do is you're just going to chain yourself a basic chain. I would recommend that you do that just a little looser than normal. Not too much looser. You know, you don't want these to be in huge gaps. Okay, so chain yourself about 10 to 12, however many you feel comfortable with learning with. Okay? And then what I want you to do is to go in your next hook available or stitch available like you would for a single crochet. Okay, grab your yarn and pull through and hold. We're not going to finish our stitches. Insert in the next one, grab your yarn, pull through and hold. You're just going to start gathering hoops on this hook. Alright, you're going to do this all the way across to the end of your piece that you're working with. It's a very simple concept. You're just inserting and pulling through. Insert and pull through. And you are going to have your hoops start building on you. And you'll have to configure your hands and everything like that to make that work out in your best interest. That's something that really can't be taught. You have to get the feel of that yourself. Then when you're all the way across, this is what you're going to have. Now you want to arrange your work to where it's down at the bottom because it will grow the further down you go and the more passes you do. Now we just did the first pass of our first row basically. It takes 2 passes to do 1 row. So you're going to have your on pass, which is when you're putting your hoops on. And then you're going to have your coming off pass, which is when you're taking all of this off. Okay, so this is our first pass on our first row. Now what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over. You're going to alternate. You're going to pull through the first hoop, and then you're going to yarn over. Then you're going to pull through your second 2 hoops. Okay, and then what you're going to do is from here on out, you're going to wrap, and you're going to pull through 2 hoops all the way down. And the size of your gaps that start developing is going to be based on how tightly that you're going to stitch your work. So again, you don't want it real loose, but you got to give yourself leeway to pull through. Okay, so you just keep wrapping and pulling through 2. Wrapping and pulling through 2. You want to do that until you're all the way completely across and that you have 1 hoop left. And I love Tunisian work. It's very beautiful work. And this is what it's going to look like. This is your first row. You did your on pass and your off pass to get this. Okay? Now to work on your second row for the first pass, you have 2 options here. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Now what you're going to do, a little different from basic crochet, you're not looking for 2 hoops here. You've got 1 hoop, and it goes straight up and down just like a post. You see all of these right here are what you're going to be working under. Okay, so you're going to go under here grab your yarn, pull under 1. Find the next one, go under, yarn over, pull through 1. Okay, go under, yarn over, pull through 1. And you're going to do this all the way across. Now, if you're using a double crochet or a half double crochet, you're going to wrap first, and then you're going to go under and complete the stitches normal. So nothing different there. But you're just pulling through. You're going underneath, and these things here are very visible. You should not have any trouble finding those. But you do one at a time. And you want to do those all the way across. And once again, you're doing your first pass, because your first pass is always going to be basically loading on all of your stitches. Alright, now at the end, you can always go through just this one. But I would recommend, you see the back hoop back here, I would recommend going under 2. That gives you more stability and a more even look at the end. Okay, so now you have them all on again, and you see your work is slowly growing this way. Now what you want to do is do your second pass of your second row. You now want to take them off. So you're going to do this the same way. You're going to yarn over, pull through 1, and then the rest of the time you're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so you're just going to keep doing this. And if you need to tighten up a little bit, you see that your gap's getting too big, then by all means do so by pulling on your yarn, your feeding yarn here. And I usually have to do that a little bit from every time that I do pull through, because I like to have my work evened out. So you want to complete that all the way down till you have 1 hoop left, just like this. Look how beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And you may have to stretch out your end here a little bit to get it pulled back out, because it takes on the weight of the rest of the row. Okay, so this is your basic Tunisian stitch. It's very simple to do, or it's considered your Afghan stitch. Sorry about that. And just experiment with this, and if you keep going about this width, you have a small, not so wide scarf, but it does make a beautiful project. So what you'll do next is you'll just keep going and repeating the rows we did, and keep in mind that you have 2 passes per row. So you're going to put all of your hoops on, and then you're going to take them off. And that's going to complete your basic Tunisian stitch. So I hope this video was helpful, and thank you guys for watching. On the way out the door, guys, can you please hit the like button for me? Alright, until my next video, happy hooking, everybody.